Hey guys, so still look the same, but I'm going to go ahead and do the social studies for day 4, which is Thursday. In your packet, it says that we're going to watch a demonstration on the problem solving skills that I'm going to be uploading right now. And then it also says to do page 39 in your workbook, which looking at it, you should for sure be able to do this. And then it says to do the study guide, pages 40 through 42. We're going to pause on that. I just want you to listen to how I do this problem solving, and I want to read all of that for you from the book. And I want you to do page 39, and then we're going to take next week and we're going to just spend it reviewing everything that we've been talking about for social studies. So do not worry about doing page 40 and 40 through 42 in your workbook. Okay, so if you open your social studies book, you can see on page 132 and 133, it says your critical thinking skill. You know, every chapter has one of these critical thinking skills. This one is going to be how to solve a problem. It's pretty important information. Some of you probably need this refresher. So it says, why does this matter? People must work together in communities. All communities have problems that need to be solved. So even in our classroom, we've had problems that need to be solved, and we've not known how to communicate those needs and wants. So this is going to be really awesome. So it says a problem is something that is difficult or hard to understand. You all should know this, and you all should know what a solution is. But it says that a solution is an answer to a problem. So there are 5 steps here that you can follow to help solve a problem. Step 1 would be to figure out what that problem is. Step 2 would be to gather information about the problem. Step 3 would be to list, you don't have to write it down, but like list in your head and consider possible options for how to solve that problem. Consider both the pros and cons, advantages, disadvantages of your options, and then choose a solution and act on it. So it says for your practice, it says to think of a problem in your community. Answer these questions to tell how you could solve it. You don't have to do any of this. I'm going to just give you a example of how to solve a problem. So this week we're working in our homes, and you guys are learning in your homes, and this is completely different for everybody. So a problem that I've noticed is how to gather you guys' work so that we can keep up with grades and you guys get credit for all this hard work that you're doing. So that's step 1. I identified the problem. How am I going to get all this work and it not be like all over the place? Step 2 is gather information about the problem. Well, I've had a bunch of different people give me suggestions on how to gather some information and some platforms that we could use to do that. So I've done that. I've listened to people around me, and I've listened to the advice. That's how I've gathered my information. Now, step 3, I have considered all of these, and I think I've figured out the one that I want to do. And then I want to make sure that the one that I'm going to pick is the best. So I've thought about, well, could we add something else? Could we take something away? What could we do? And then I picked my solution and I acted on it. I picked my solution and I emailed your parents. That's the best way to act upon something in this situation. So think about any situation. When you guys have a problem in Foursquare, or when you guys have a problem with who's going to be partnered up with who, when you guys have a problem with who's sitting with who at the lunchroom, that's a problem, and you try to figure out a solution. So remember all of those when working on page 39. Now let me just read to you what page 39 is asking, and then your parents will take a picture of it or scan it in and send it to me. So it says, Your parents want to buy a hybrid car. Remember, we talked about hybrid cars yesterday. And just a little refresher on what a hybrid car is. It says, hybrid cars save gas in several ways. Besides their efficient, meaning really good, engines, they also have smoother shape and lighter weight than regular cars. They don't produce as much smog in the air. So it says that your parents are wanting to buy one of these hybrid cars, but are having trouble making their decision. You offer to help them by using the five problem solving steps you've learned. Just the 5 that I just talked to you about. You're going to fill in the blanks with the details on how they find a solution for their problem. You just go through identifying their problem, gathering information, list of options, the advantages and the disadvantages, and then your solution. These do not have to be complete sentences, but write in your best handwriting, and I can't wait to see what you guys done. Okay, and Fridays, you know, we don't normally have social studies, so this is your last social studies lesson for the week. And then we'll kind of see where we're going from there. Okay.